Hey everybody, we're so excited. We've got a pop-up interview today because I've been thinking about marketing and branding, and I've got a great friend who is a publicist. She's coming with us from Nashville this morning. She's the founder of the Lioness Summit, but she also understands marketing and publicity for people in business, people in ministry, and we're going to talk about some of those things today because she can help simplify that. So Darla Morrison, founder of the Lioness Summit, welcome.
Hey, thank you for having me here, Beth. This is so nice. It's odd being on this side because I'm used to interviewing and being on the other side. So thank you.
I know that's with me sometimes too. It's like, oh wait, who's asking the questions here?
Yeah.
But you and I have been talking as just friends about how to brand what it is you're doing, how to have a message without over promoting yourself, and especially for the Christians, how do you? It's just such a balancing act, and I think we struggle with that. So, what have you learned from being a publicist that is most helpful for people like us and people you help with just trying to create a consistent message?
The biggest thing, and that's a great question, Beth, because number one, it's so hard, and we've talked about this, it's so hard to publicize yourself. It's so hard to promote yourself, especially as women. Yeah. We struggle with that. So the biggest thing is to, number one, know what's your message? What is it going to be? So one thing that I was taught to do is write your message out about 100 times, because when you start writing it, the more you write it, you're going to say, oh, wait, I want to change that, and I want to drill down to this, and wait, what's another word that would go there? So know what your message is going to be and be very clear about that. The second thing is to know who your message is aimed at. Mm-hmm. And Beth, I don't know if you did this, but I fishtailed a little bit because I thought, this is who I want my market, my audience to be. And as I was going, I was like, wait a minute, that's not what is attracting. That's not who it's really ministering to or making the biggest impact. And so I adjusted just a little bit, and that helped me a lot. And then the third thing is to be flexible and to pay attention to what is going on, not just social media, not in the way of trying to keep up with social media, but to understand the nuances, the rules, the logistics, all the SEO, understand that. And if you need help, one thing that I do advise people to do, find really good help, talk to people, look up a ton of stuff on YouTube and pay attention to that, but also find someone. If you need a virtual assistant and you're struggling saying, I don't know if I can afford it, but can you afford not to have one? So play that out.
That's a tough thing, because I know for myself, I mean, my husband helps me in some ways, but not in the everyday kind of thing, because he's got his own things going. Yes. But it's hard to know how to keep up with the trends and how to know, try this and try that. And, just as soon as you learn one thing, then, there's something else, and then you have to start all over. So yes. How do we take a chill and relax and not feel like we got to know it all, but be effective at, a couple of things maybe?
So the one thing that I've ever shared even this week, this year, Facebook has been, everybody's watching, they're going, yes, because it's very unique. Instead of getting caught up in the fact of, oh my gosh, I can't figure out how to do this on Facebook, and they're blocking me on Instagram, and I'm in jail on Twitter and things like that. Just take a few minutes out of your day to maybe look at, to watch the most recent ruling, and that's okay. And if that stresses you and that bogs you down, once again, go back to hiring somebody to say, hey, you're wonderful at this. What do I need to do? And can I hire you for a couple hours a month even? Yeah. I've done that before, of somebody just keeping them in-house and just saying, hey, look at my SEO. What does it look like? Do I need to stick with Facebook? Do I need to stick with Instagram? Do I need to move over to LinkedIn more? And do I need to do Reels? Because you and I've talked about that. Mm-hmm. The other thing is just relax, because I've had to learn to do that. It's okay. It makes us nervous being in front of a camera. It makes me nervous too. because you're always, as females, we're always judging ourselves.
Yeah.
Let that go. If God has called you into this, if you know this is your passion, your dream, get over yourself. Just get over yourself. That's the best advice I can give. Just let it go.
That's so true. And, that's why it's so hard, is because we're trying to be in business. We're trying to promote a product, a book, or whatever it is. And then you're, trying to balance that out with keeping up with the trends. Because, unfortunately, social media is where, we get a lot of our traction and the conversations that are going. But what outside of social media? What do you think about websites? Do you think that's an important thing to have? Because a lot of the people that I used to reach with social media are not even on social media. They got off after the election. So, what about websites? Is that important, or is that a has-been?
This has been a big conversation with a lot of circles that I've been in. Yes, I am going to say right now, you need a website. Even if it's a landing page, there are so many great ways to set up your own website out there now. I think even I won't even go into it, but there's a lot of them. Once again, people want to know who you really are. And that's the first thing that we all do. Yeah. I say, okay, who's Beth Townsend? I'm going to go to your website. And if you don't have one, I'm like,
right.
Is she really in business? Is she taking this serious? What I suggest on that too, Beth, for everyone who's just starting out, keep it simple. Get a landing page that just looks clean, that they know how to get to an email, know how to get to your other, if you're in Facebook, if you're Instagram, LinkedIn, how you can connect them and drive them to that. And also how all your others can drive to your website.
Right.
Another good thing on your website that you can do on your landing page is have them fill out their email. That's a great way to attract them. You can use it through Constant Contact. I believe Emma has a great one, and so does MailChimp. And all of them have a free version of it as you're starting out. So take advantage of that right now, and let people just know you're real and who you are. They want to hear your message and your mission. They want to know that you're real and that you're taking this serious. This isn't just something that you just thought of last night and just decided to go out. And because there's a lot out there that are professional, and you will get overlooked if you don't.
I have found recently, I'll tell people, did you see this or did you see that? And they're like, oh no, I didn't. Posting is not enough.
Right.
So what you're saying is that's correct. Posting is not enough, because not only are people going to miss it, there's that whole algorithm thing. And I'm not ever going to understand that. But I think the website and I think the emails is a great idea. I need to do a better job with that, because emailing something out is a great idea.
It is. And one other thing that when we were sitting here talking about, oh my goodness. So in doing your research, create your own hashtags.
Yeah.
Use them proficiently on Instagram, and even LinkedIn is using hashtags a little bit more now.
Yeah.
So it's very important. So look up hashtags, learn how to do that. You can go to YouTube and say, what is a hashtag? Why do I need it?
Yeah.
And they'll be glad to. There's all kinds of videos out there for that. But definitely you need hashtags.
Yeah.
Because that's how people find you too now. It's almost like a little PS or an address.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. Okay, so let's switch gears to entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. You have the Lioness Summit, where you interview women who are entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. What are the consistent struggles that you're finding that women have in taking that move into starting a business, writing a book, doing that thing that they've wanted to do? What are they having to overcome in order to cross over to that I'm doing it phase?
This is consistent with women across the board. Is, have I got all it takes? Am I really all that? And once again, I'm going to tell you, get over yourself. If this
You're not.
If this is your dream, if this is what you need to be doing, guess what? You're not going to ever know everything. So jump in there and do it. you will learn as you go. And I can guarantee you, and Beth and I both will give you 100% hands up. Yes, this is exactly what's going to happen. You're going to learn as you go, but you're going to have such a passion with it.
Yeah.
And be so excited that once you start doing it, it will override your fear of, oh my gosh, I didn't know everything. You're not going to know everything. You're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Who is, other than God, and you are not God.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing that I found for most women. It's interesting, Beth. I was watching the Good Morning America show, and they were interviewing the woman who heads up National Geographic. Okay, so Nat Geo. I mean, who doesn't know them? And she, back in, I think it was either 2019 or 2020, they had just released a book, and it was just called Women, and it was all the women throughout history, all over the world. It was produced by women. It was edited. The whole book was put together by women. And there was one common theme about every woman they interviewed, from, Nobel Peace Prize winners to astronauts to these Oprah Winfrey, all of these amazing world-changing women. One common theme. They always were like, I'm not enough. Am I really making an impact? And you're like, oh my gosh. And do we all do that? Women are notorious for that, because we feel like we have got to have it 100% together.
Right.
And you're just not going to. It's just not going to happen.
So sometimes I think it's fair to say that stepping out and starting that business, whether it be a ministry or a business or something new, it's going to be hard.
Yes.
It's going to be hard, but that's a big part of what you do is you create a network of women, and you try to help women help each other. Mm-hmm. And I think that's so important. So I think not doing it alone is very important. And how do you find those people that can come alongside you and encourage you and help you not give up?
Exactly. So one thing the reason why I chose Lioness, and I love telling people this because I was like, Lioness, and a lioness will not hunt alone. Lioness will not hunt alone. And think about that. This is one of the most powerful animals out in the wild. She won't hunt alone. She always hunts in a pack of at least 3. And you think about it, women, when you're growing up, you got to have your buddies hanging out with you and everything. We as women need that. And I think it's a beautiful analogy for us. Not only the fierceness of when I'm going after what I've got to do, I'm going to take it down.
Yeah.
And friends are going to be with me. We're all going to do this together. So the importance of having people around me, number one, I want to make sure we have the same heart, not the same personality, because not everybody's going to be as energetic and as wired as I am. And that's good. I need people who are also calm. But I want to be around people who I know I can call you at 10 o'clock at night or, 6 in the morning and say, be praying for me because I'm struggling with this. And also, hey, I need to understand the professional aspect of this, because I want it to be kingdom excellence. Yeah. And that's another thing I'm telling you, women, right now, if you are waiting for you to be spiritually perfect, stop doing that. It's not going to happen. You're going to know, you're going to learn that kingdom excellence as you go. Mm-hmm. And God will open doors as you take steps, because he loves small beginnings. And I love that in the Bible where Jeremiah's holding up the plumb line and God gets excited and Jeremiah goes, I didn't do anything. He said, yes, you started. You took a step. You obeyed. So I'm encouraging you women right now, find at least 2 strong Christian women around you that are business women, that they love getting plugged in to the understanding of the importance of God in the workplace, and that we are all ministers. Every one of us are ministers. Yeah. And so be prayed up. Spend your time with the Lord before you spend your time with anybody. Yeah. And that is me. And then I've been so blessed getting to know incredible women like you, Beth, and all these other women. God puts them in my path and nudges me. And I literally am like, okay, Lord, who do you want me to meet today? And as I'm doing my research, I don't look for every person. I wait until I know God is saying, I want you to reach out to that one.
Yeah.
And literally, there's been so many times I'm like, God, she would never speak to me. I literally have sat there and go, God, she's going to laugh at this. And they called me immediately, go, oh my gosh, this sounds awesome. I'm like, okay, yay, thank you, God. So you're going to learn as you go.
Yeah. And it's funny because I go to a lot of conferences and I have for a long time about, speaking and writing and stuff like that. And used to, when I would go, this is years ago, I would try to meet everybody. I mean, I would just, but now when I go, I step back and I say, Lord, just one or two meaningful relationships. Let me walk away from this with one or two meaningful relationships. And that is so much better because, living a life on purpose is being intentional about everything. It's being, it means not just knowing who to call, like for you and I to be in touch about things. It's being intentional and actually doing it. It's not thinking I'm going to do these things. It's doing them. So I think having that environment of people and eliminating the ones, I mean, you have to eliminate the ones who don't get where you're going. How important is that?
Oh, that's like 150% importance. And I think Andy Stanley put it the best way. Until you get rid of until you shift things around to where you make space, get rid of I don't know how to say get rid of the things that are holding you back and taking up space.
Yeah.
Because you're going to find out when you get rid of the negativity, the toxic even.
Yeah.
When I say get rid of, I don't mean, eliminate, but I mean like make your focus strictly for this right here and get intentional with it. When you free up that space, it's just like freeing up space on your laptop. It leaves you so much more room for the good to come in. And it's going to be a game changer for you, a huge game changer. And I remember the first time I met you, Beth, I got to sit at the table with Beth and just all these other incredible women. I was so intimidated at first because I thought, I don't write books. I don't own my own TV show and things like that. And they're gracious. Beth was just so intrigued with me, and these women just treated me like I was their equal. And listen to me, we are, but I wasn't viewing it that way at the time. I really wasn't. I was like, where do I fit in with all of this going on? And that's a huge indicator right there. Ladies, you who are listening, if people around you are talking up to you, they're encouraging you, those are the people you need to be hanging out with.
Yeah. And I think it's important to say, this is critical. We're going to have negative people in our life. I mean, there are people in our own families that are negative. We can't get rid of them, but we can choose what we talk to them about. So getting advice from them about our business and things like that, those are the people we choose wisely. Those are intentional conversations based on people who can pull us up and encourage us, based in fact and based in experience and based in just temperament of that. So I think it's not necessarily, I think we just choose who we talk to about certain things.
Exactly. And and once again, that's a level of professionalism. And TD Jakes even talked about that. God's going to send people in your life. You don't need to tell everybody everything.
Yeah.
And there's some people will be your closest friends. There'll be some people you just do business with. And to know how to set those healthy boundaries is going to be vital for you all the way across the board, spiritually as well as on the business level. Knowing how to who to have bring alongside of you for certain things. And it's not that you want to, like you said, Beth, you don't want to abandon, your family and everything like that. But it's okay for them not to know everything. And that's hard for us as women because we just want to share everything. Don't.
Yeah.
Be wise about that. So.
Well, and one of my purpose principles that has been so helpful to me, and I know you will, maybe the wording may be different, but one of the things that I find important is, we all struggle to know who we are. Who did God make me? What is my purpose? We want those answers. But I believe it starts with the knowledge of who we're not. Like I'm a speaker, but that doesn't mean I'm a Bible scholar. please don't make me be a Bible scholar. Or, you know, I'm a speaker, but I'm not a comedian. I tell funny stories, but, you know, eliminating some of those pressures by trying to be everything means we're trying to be someone we're not, which is the opposite of purpose. So it's okay to be simplified, right?
Yes. And I love that, because once again, trying to be something you're not is taking up space. And once you get that and let that go, you can't be everything, then it frees you up to be more of who you really are, and you're going to shine better. I've had to let go of a lot of things too, because I've realized, in the first job that I had, I love marketing, but I'm not good at selling. And there's a big difference, because I can create a marketing plan and I understand that, and I can help you with your public relations. But please don't ask me to do selling, because I'm not good at that. And I tried that, and it stressed me, and it frustrated me. And then I realized that's not my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
It's just not. And that's okay, because I know some people that love that would never want to get on this.
Yeah.
And so, find out lean into what you're organically great at.
Yes.
Once again, go back and start putting money back, or do something, look for grants, whatever you've got to do, and hire out what you're not good at, because it will slow you down, and it will, and simplify. I like what you said, Beth. Just keep it simple. And what you're good at, you're going to find out the more you, and isn't this true, Beth? The more you do what you're good at, the more niched in you get.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I used to be so afraid of being niched. I don't know if you ever did that. When I first started learning all of this, I was like, oh my gosh, but I love this and this and this. And if I do just one thing, I'll lose clients, I'll lose customers, I'll lose, an audience. And it's the opposite, because when you're really great at something, you're going to attract people.
Yeah. Okay. So let's end on my favorite topic, which is purpose.
Yeah.
You help women not only determine their purpose by following their entrepreneurial drive and then creating a plan behind it. People think of purpose as a thing, like a destination. And Kirk Cameron told me one time, he said, purpose isn't lost. Like God's will isn't something you go find. It's just, it's something you seek to follow every day. What do you think of when you think of, okay, someone is out there thinking, I wish I knew what my purpose was. How do I know? How do I know? What do you say to them and their relationship with God and their relationship with their gifts and all? I mean, what do you think of when someone struggles with that sense of purpose in their life?
I think we all struggle with it, because I don't believe it's taught very well. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you bringing that up, because I don't believe we teach that well. We're always saying, oh, find God's will for your life. All you have to do is pay attention to how you're wired and go back to that. What are you really organically good at? Because you're going to find that's how God wired you. And I don't believe that God is going to, So I believe that God is going to use you in different capacities and different stages in your life.
Yeah.
Because he's God, and he always wants you leaning on him. You're not going to find your purpose. I agree with that. You are your purpose. You are a purpose. God purposely made you.
Yeah.
And you are wired. All of us are wired different. Do you know, this was so fun to me, this fact that I found this out. We are 1 in 330 billion, 1 in 333 billion. You are. And just at this point in history. And that was even narrowed down to even something else. That isn't the whole statistic of the fact that you were born at this time and that you survived and all this. I mean, it's just an astronomical number when you up it. You are a purpose. So every day living intentionally, just doing what you love to do is your purpose. Yeah. And you're going to find that out, and your dream is going to come out of that. Yeah. And to hear people when they say, well, this dream came out of that. And I'm like, well, you were already doing that. If you think back, you were already doing elements of it. Yeah. God never wastes anything. Everything that you've been doing in your life, he is going to use. He's bigger than our mistakes. And that's the one. Thank God. Yes. I know. Isn't that great? Yes. I love the sign that says, girl, if you think you're big enough to thwart God Almighty's plan, you need to think again. You are not that powerful, honey. Not so powerful, girl. Wake up.
But you said something that I think is very important that I don't want to get away from. You said every day, because, you know, we tend to think 5 years from now. We tend to think 3 weeks from now. And those are all good to think about. And it's good to have a plan. But we have to use every day and do something with it every day and make the best of every day, one day at a time, as God is writing our story, right?
Every day, purposely and consistently, just showing up every day and doing what God has, being obedient. And I don't mean just walking around aimlessly. Yes, God wants you to be planned. He wants you to have an organization, but do it with an open hand, and lean into what you're already good at. Read some really great books, listen to podcasts, listen here to Beth. She's phenomenal. I've loved all of her shows, and I love how she is helping people understand how to live your life on purpose. That takes courage.
It does.
It does take courage to live consistently every day and stand up for yourself. And it's okay. You don't have to have everybody's friendship. You don't have to be, everybody's favorite person. You don't want to be. Really, it's okay.
That's right. That's right. Well, so how can everybody find and go watch the episodes of the Lioness Summit and keep up with you and the work that you're doing?
Thank you, Beth. So we have our website is lioness-pr.com. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're also on LinkedIn. And right now we're helping everybody that if you sign up and sign on our email and like us on one of our platforms, that you're entered into a drawing where you'll get a free consultation with me and can help you with either leadership skills or public relations skills. And if you also know any great Lioness ladies that are changing the world, send them my way. I would love to meet them.
So you're still looking for people that you can interview that are part of your life. Yeah, that's a great thing because that's great. Well, this has been so good. I know that you have been very helpful to me. I think I'm very thankful that God brought our paths together because I see you as one of my people in my circle of, oh my gosh, I'll ask Darla this, and we've got to be there for each other.
Yeah, you're on mine too. So
yeah. Well, thank you so much. We're going to do this again, and I appreciate you being with us, and we'll talk soon. And everybody go sign up for the Lioness Summit, and we'll put those links in the comments. So if anybody wants to reach out to Darla about an interview or about something else, PR, you do a great job helping people with PR, marketing plans. I mean, you could be that person someone hires for those couple of hours a week because you're really good at that. So we'll put that out there and try to get that word out. So we'll put it in there. But thank you for being here today, and we'll come back and do this again. And I hope it's not raining like it is here in Nashville.
It's gorgeous here in Nashville.
Oh, good. I'm on my way.
Okay, come on up.
All right. Thank you for being here. Talk to you soon.
Bye.